to another episode of Go Little Garage. I'm super excited for this one. Ever since I saw this kit available, coming soon, I've wanted it. I wanted to get it. I'm a huge fan of the Fast and Furious franchise. They're starting to get a little campy, but I still like them. But yeah, I saw this and I had to have it. And this looks like a really cool one. I've always been a huge fan of the R34 Skyline as well. When I saw it in Fast and Furious, I was excited, and now that they have a Lego kit of it, I'm also excited. I hope they make a big one in the Lego Icons series or the Technic. I'd rather see it in the Icons, like the Porsche 911 or the Mustang, because I think that they could do a better job there than the Technic. Technic would still be cool, but I think that the Icons, looking more realistic, would be a better tribute to this car. Anyway, this is the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GTR, the R34. This is kit number 76917. This is the last of the car kits that were released in January of 2023. This is the Speed Champion series. It's for ages 9+. It's 319 pieces, and it's available retail, but it's currently sold out on Lego.com. This is insanely popular, as you would expect. It's not even back ordered anymore. They just say out of stock. By the time this video comes out, hopefully that'll change, but I just checked a minute ago and it's out of stock. The Lego store actually put a limit on these. You can only buy 2 per person because they're so popular. But anyway, when it's back in stock, you can use our link. That'll be down in the description. And if you're a VIP member, this will get you 162 points. So without further ado, let's dig into this because I really want to start building it. All right, we have 2 bags. We have a interesting chassis. I like this chassis. And we got our manual, got our stickers. So let's get going on this kit. All right, this is the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline GTR R34, otherwise known as Paul Walker's Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. This is a really cool car. I mean, it looks like an R34. They did a really good job on it. I think they could have put some more pieces up here to kind of smooth this out and cover these headlights and make it a little bit more realistic. But I mean, the taillights in the back, those are R34 taillights with the big and the small. That's amazing how they did that. I like the chrome exhaust tip. They even have the underglow, the blue underglow from the movie. It's absolutely amazing, brilliant how they did these NOS bottles in here. The overall design of this kit is astounding. It's absolutely amazing. Between the Bolide and this one, I'm starting to see a trend of stickers going inside of places, and I heard of someone else using tweezers to put stickers, and I'm a firm believer in you shouldn't need tools to build Lego, so I'm not going to use tools. You're not going to see me on this channel using tools to build Legos. There will be other things that I use tools for. Obviously, when we get back in the big garage, I'm going to be using tools there, and there's other kits like some wood kits and the Meccano erector set kits later on. Those require tools, but Legos should not require tools, and I'm not going to use tools. And some of these stickers, the placements will suffer a little bit because of that, and that will annoy the crap out of me. But that's just how it's going to be, because I refuse to use tools on Legos. It shouldn't happen. This was a really overly complex model for what it is. The complexity definitely lends to the realism of it. I mean, it is an incredible rendition of an R34 Skyline, but it was super complex. Like, there was just pieces on pieces on pieces, and some of the pieces, like if you had when you stacked two singles and then in another place you had a double, like they could have just put another double in the kit instead of the two singles. There's some confusing bits. And then back here, where these two pieces are only held on by one nub here, that's kind of annoying. I'm still really happy with this kit. It looks like an R34 Skyline, and that's what I'm really excited about. That's what I'm happy about. And it looks really accurate to the movie. It's just, I like it. I dig it. It's sturdy. I mean, as a Speed Champions kit is, it's really sturdy. The only thing that's not sturdy is this windshield here. This big windshield's only held on by two pieces, or two nubs here. But I think this is a really good kit. It's frustrating. I can see why they put it at 9+ instead of like 7+. It's definitely really complex for what it is, but I like it. I just keep saying that. I like the chrome, the metallicized parts on the wheels and the exhaust, and the NOS bottles in here. I like those italicized parts instead of just gray. I think they did a really good job. The way that front end went in was really interesting and really creative. It's a really cool car. I'm happy I bought this. There was a couple places in the instructions where it was jumping around. That was very annoying. Like, we went from the back to the front. Well, it just started with putting 3 pieces down, and then we go do something else in another spot, and then we come back and we put 3 more of the same pieces down that we should have been putting 6 pieces down to begin with. And there's just stuff like that, like the piece in the front here, it has you do, like, one instruction is to put 1 piece there, and then the next step is to put 1 other piece there. There's steps that could have been combined, there's steps that could have been reordered. It's gonna be a pretty low score on the instructions. And I was hunting for places. There was a couple places where I put stuff wrong. This was my fault. I didn't realize that I should have, but the silk screen on the fenders here, on the rear fenders, is directional. So keep an eye out for that when you're building. Make sure that you get the correct one on the correct side. I don't know if there's a part, I didn't even check if there's a part number, I just kind of figured it out. There's a lot of stickers on here. I love when they use, and I was excited about this when I saw this on the box, how they used colored pieces for the color changes in the car, like stripes, and then you get into the sides. This piece is silk screened and everything else is a sticker. And this little GTR symbol, you probably can't see it, but the GTR symbol here in the grille is a silk screen, but everything else up front is a sticker. And you know how I hate stickers, too many stickers. Oh, another tip, the gauges, the blue gauges sticker inside here is directional. Be careful when you're putting that on. Every other sticker the piece can be taken off and spun around. That one cannot. You need to make sure that you get the gauge sticker going the right direction when you're putting it on, because it's directional. But yeah, all in all, this is a really cool car. I'm glad I bought it. The kit itself has its quirks, but the car itself is amazing. I'm happy with the finished look of it. I can't wait for other Fast and Furious cars to come out. I mean, that orange Supra and that green Eclipse really deserves to have its own. I would love to see them, like Dom's Charger has 2 different sizes. I would love to see 2 different sizes in every Fast and Furious car. And I think there's a lot of people that have that same opinion. I think it would be a popular set. So that's it for the Too Fast, Too Furious Nissan Skyline R34.
I wanted to score this one high, I really did, but here we go. For build time, like the Bolide, this one took a little longer than average. That's not necessarily a bad thing because you're entertained for longer, but it's off the average, so it gets an 8. As mentioned in the review, while this is a bit more complex than other Speed Champions kits, the complexity lends to the realism and I can appreciate that. Still though, it's more complex than average, so it gets a 7. The flow of the build was atrocious. It had me jumping back and forth all over the model, which was completely unnecessary with a little foresight from the engineers, so it's definitely deserving of a 4. The instructions weren't much better, building bits 1 piece per step that could have been combined, while also hunting pictures for where in the world pieces go. This adds a lot of time to the build, earning it a 5. Model construction is solid, as most Speed Champions cars are, so it gets an 8. Completed size is the standard Speed Champion size, similar to a 124 diecast, which is just 1 step down from our baseline 118, so it gets a 9. Realism is amazing. They did a really good job with a lot of the Skyline features, so it definitely earns another 9. Age accuracy is spot on again at 9+. I can see it being more frustrating for anyone younger, with the complexity, small parts, and stickers inside of places, so I think they labeled it just right, earning it a 10. This build was fun for me because I love everything about what this kit is. Not only an R34 Skyline, but a Fast and Furious Skyline. The number of stickers and jumping around the instructions killed my buzz a little bit though, so it drops us down to an 8. All in all, the value for this kit is great. It's a little higher price for a single car in the Speed Champions series, but the detail is incredible, and you minifig collectors finally get a Paul Walker. Definitely a solid 9. Added up, the total comes to a pretty average 77. I'll say it again, I love this car, and I love the Fast and the Furious franchise. There seems to be a couple kit numbers reserved around these Fast and Furious Speed Champion sets, so I can't wait to see what they come out with next. But for now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.